So I get an inbox by this guy. I forget his full Instagram name, but I know his name is Levi.
Okay.
So shout out to Levi.
Shout out
He's
Levi.
the one who painted my mural in Burbank, California. But around the same time, you gotta think, when my mural got painted down here in New Canton, that was 2021 when it got established. The people had to vote who they wanted on the mural. I had enough votes, so they put me on the mural.
$1 for the bus, y'all. 28 North, I took the one, got off the last stop. Just my hood feel like the face, I'm like the mascot.
You hear?
Type shit.
And one of the most finest
We're in the
cities.
middle of New Canton too.
You know, this is how this goes.
For sure, for sure. Appreciate you for doing this, man.
Of course,
Facts.
of course.
So, for the people that ain't from New Canton or Pittsburgh, like, just let them know, how was it for you growing up and everything like that? Where are you from and how was it for you growing up?
Well, of course, 15068 from New Kensington, Pennsylvania, 4th Avenue. So shout out to my 4 prop guys. But normally though, growing up, it was normal. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had a fun childhood. You know, growing up in the projects, we was baby kids. Playing football in the backyard, playing basketball at JFK, you know, stuff like that. But it was different. Like, we didn't really catch the transit. Like, we didn't really get on the bus. Like most people, they had parents that had cars and stuff like that. We didn't really have cars like that. So, you know, shout out to my auntie, rest in peace, her soul. She used to fund the buses and stuff, like school buses. She used to be able to get the school buses to come around, and they used to pick us up and take us to Kennywood. So it was fun being in New Canton, man. Going to Kennywood, going to Ottawa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going to Sandcastle.
For sure, I remember them. You had to, Ian Benson said the same thing. You had to come in with some homework or like a good grade or your report card or something like that before they even got you on the bus. Yeah, facts.
Goose. You definitely had to have the book report, and you had to have, there was something else, but I can't really remember it that well because this was a long time ago. But you definitely had to have a book report, and you had to come with another sheet or another, you know, type of credential to be able to play.
Just like Ken, you had to come with some grades. They did that shit for a little bit too, and then they ended up not doing it no more. You had to come and show your report card at a certain point in time. It was probably like very little time that they did it, but I remember them doing that.
Well, see, what goes with Goose, now I remember. It was the internet assignment, and you had to have a book report.
Yeah.
So you would, the internet assignment was you had to figure out something, you know, a topic, and you had to learn about the topic and write about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you in high school and you got your senior project.
For sure.
You would do research, figure out the assignment, write it down, and be able to play. That's just the difference between school and, you know, being able to play with the actual Goes We Goose League. But
for sure.
Shout out to Goes We Goose though. It definitely was one of the things that helped me throughout.
Shout out to King of Courts too. That's basically the new Gosby Goose, refurbished Gosby Goose. So shout out to them, man. They're doing a lot in the community.
And not only that, gotta say shout out to Ian Benson. What you're doing for these kids is amazing. What you're doing to give back to these kids, because we don't have the hoop programs we had when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But you know, this new generation, they need that. You know, and I'm glad that they brought our Kim back, new uniforms, you know, being able to revive that too. So that's what's up.
So what are some like obstacles you had to overcome, like living in New Canton and everything?
Man, injuries, for surely. I am an injury prone type of person. I will admit that. I got hurt a lot. Overcoming injuries, you know, dealing with mental stuff like family losses. I have a lot of family members who died.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of funerals I didn't get to make it to. Dealing with friends who passed away as well. Dealing with just, you know, being different, because what I was trying to do was something that a lot of people wasn't trying to do.
Which is what?
Dunking. So like, how I figured out, you know, my way in life to create a path for myself, it was hard because everybody else, they already had they niche to what they wanted to do in life.
Yeah.
And it was really tough. Like most people was, you know, I grew up playing basketball, of course, but it was pretty hard for me because I didn't have the opportunities that most people have in life. So it was very tough, you know, after high school, trying to figure out what was next, you know, especially growing up, because you're hooping, but you get to a point as an athlete, and I feel like all athletes can, you know, agree with this.
Yeah.
You get to a point where it's like, you start to question yourself, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Is there actual purpose behind this? Where do I want to get with this? If I get somewhere with it, what's next? So me, I was so hard on myself because I'm a self-critique type of person. Like, it don't matter how good I am at something or how good I am to the masses, I always feel like I can do better.
For sure. No, for sure.
You know, so that was one of the hardest things I dealt with growing up, was just mentally always battling mental battles with myself. I was just very hard on myself, you know?
So, you know, I've been around. I watched you, you feel me? You started over at JFK before it was over at the Y, which that's where we just started at. That's the new refurbished JFK. You know, then we were at the Y, you feel me?
Yep.
And just to see like you, because I remember at a certain point in time, like when we was in high school, like, you know, you wasn't getting as much love. Like, boys was getting taken out. We was trying to throw you oops, and then you missed one time. It's like, you feel me? So to come from like that, and now to even like seeing you putting the ball between the legs, nigga, you're jumping your head, you're looking down in the rim, like you jumped over me and Darius, like, bro, I done seen it all. So like, they get a whole just spill of you working out, getting your shit together, like, you feel me, training, all that shit, bro, to you going to Las Vegas, living out there, California, living out there. Just take us through that, bro, like, cause that's a lot. Like you said, you're very hard on yourself. So like, how did it feel to like, you know, going from playing JV to now you're a two-time dunk champion, you feel me? You got murals all over. You got a mural in New Ken. You got a mural in California. Like, how's that feel, bro? Like, you a legend for real, nigga. Like, not real shit, bro. There ain't nobody else in New Ken that done did what you did. Like, honestly, and I was there whenever you won the dunk championship down JFK, because we was on the team. It was me, you, and Q, nigga. Facts, rest in peace, Q. But
long live Q,
facts, man, but a lot of, like, that's what I mean. Like, just seeing that, and to where you are now, nigga, you fendied out, like, my boy is tripped out. But nah, for real though, just take us through that, bro. Like, how does it feel?
You know, it's like, I'm gonna give you a small little analogy before I break this down. You know, in life, we are all like trees, right? So you start off like a seed.
What up?
What up? So, you know, it's like, life is like a tree, man. You know, you get to this point to where you're the seed, you know, then you become the tree, and then the branches are all the connections you make in life. So what I had to figure out while I was growing in life was, okay, this is what I'm doing. And it's not just, okay, this is what I'm doing, but how do I need to do it? How do I need to conduct it? You know? Hey, put him on the camera. Put him on the camera.
No, hey, he's been doing this thing since a young pup. A young pup. You know what he did? He trusted the process even when he didn't understand it. And he kept going. He didn't let nobody hold him down. He didn't let nobody hold him back. He kept going because you know why? He believed himself. You gotta believe in yourself, man. That's a blueprint right there. Believing in himself at a young age. Young age. I'm telling y'all young ones out there. Believe in yourself, man.
For sure.
Nobody else believe in you. Believe in yourself.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Just go reach for the stars.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Appreciate you.
Hey, no doubt, my man.
What's up,
keep
boy?
dragging, keep going, boy.
You.
Keep going. Hey, listen, man. That's it right there. That's all you need to know.
Hey.
28 North, what up?
What up?
Yes, sir.
So,
I love it, man. I love it. 'Cause that's my boy, man.
So,
How many kids you know got their own memorial, though?
facts. Get it.
How many you know got their own memorial? That dude right there.
He got two of them.
One in LA, right?
Yes, sir.
Right in his hometown. Let's go. What's he talking about? We're talking about 28 North. You already know.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's amazing, man.
Facts. So, my fault, man. That's Melvin.
Hey, look, he live in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? He said it. I ain't even got to say too much, you know? That's just what the love is. Like, if you understand the process, you've been around for this story, you've been around to see this stuff like you've been around, you will understand it. But, you know, what helped me get where I needed to be was different. You know, it was more of like a drive for me. You know, the ambition. First of all, I was very determined, very ambitious. wanted to do what I wanted to do, of course, all that. But the main thing is, what I had to realize was, number one, I had to stop caring about what people think. That was the biggest thing in my mind. Number two, I had to believe in myself even more. Like my boy Mel said, I had to believe. Like, it was very hard for me to understand, you know, my younger self growing into the adult that I became, that, okay, if you want to do something bigger in life, you're gonna have to make sacrifices.
For sure.
The sacrifices is hard. I had to leave my family behind. You know, I had to leave siblings behind. I had to leave cousins, all types of stuff. I had to leave the area I've been growing up knowing and comfortable with to go somewhere else and become something that I never thought I would be. But I'm very thankful, and through the grace of God, that I was able to move somewhere else that I never thought I would ever live, but I dreamed of living.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that I used to write down in my notebook when I was 16. I used to sit in the projects and tell people like, I'm gonna go to LA, I'm gonna go to LA. Nobody believed. They just used to doubt me. They used to just be like, you're not gonna move to LA. You don't got the money to do it. You don't got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And little do people know, all I did, I worked 2 jobs, bro, at that time. So, you know, UPS, and I worked at Cosmo. And I took $3,500, bro, and I dipped to LA.
I do remember you worked at Cosmo.
Yeah.
He's funny.
It was crazy, bro. You working as a bar back. Like, I was still dunking, but I was working my job.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you gotta figure it out, because everybody, we don't have, you know, some people, like, I'm not even gonna say we're not blessed or we're not capable. It's just, we didn't have the opportunity to make it to where we really wanted to make it.
Right.
Of course, the NBA, NFL, you know, if you're playing baseball, MLB, whatever.
Yeah.
I just, unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to go that far. But I figured out, you know, how I can get farther in life without making it to that level, but enough to make it to the level to have connections to that level.
Let's go this way.
So, you know, just being able to have a mural, and then being able to go on NBA.com and see my face on the NBA website. I might have not made it to the league.
So what? So break that down. Break that down. Like you said, you was on NBA.com.
Yes, sir.
So how did you even get to that point? Like, what are the steps that you had to take to even do that? What, they just seen you dunking? Like, what happened? How'd you even lock that in? Cause that's major.
Yeah,
that's some major shit, bro.
It is.
So how'd you even lock that shit in? Cause that's hard.
Basically, like, I have a sponsor, you know, and a lot of people don't realize I have a lot of sponsors.
You've been had sponsors too.
Like,
been had sponsors since you lived in New Kent, literally.
Years.
Facts. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. So one of my sponsors, Ballers Anonymous, shout out to them, because they're the reason why I won my second dunk championship.
Okay.
Back in 2018. They reached out to me about, you know, late 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, Pepsi's doing a commercial for the Lakers for their upcoming season. And it's crazy because that's the same year the Lakers won the championship.
Okay.
But around the time when the Lakers was in the bubble, all that stuff, he reached out to me and told me, you know, Pepsi's funding it, but the Lakers is behind it.
Okay.
And he was like, you know, do you want to be in a commercial? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you got a couple other dunk friends. And let me throw this in here. A lot of people don't get, like, I get a lot of credit for a lot of stuff, but a lot of people don't give me credit for this. I helped a lot of dunkers in the professional dunk community. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of people on. I ain't gonna say their names. I don't want credit for it, but I'm such a genuine dude. I seen talent in other people outside of myself to the point I helped others come up in the dunk game, be able to make money, be in commercials. So any opportunity that I get and they need more people, I am quick to reach out to others that do what I do to help them make some money, provide for their family, do what they gotta do for their peoples.
Okay.
So when they reached out to me, I reached out to my homeboys. We went to this park in Manhattan Beach. We filmed it. You know, at first, I ain't gonna lie, I trusted my sponsor. Like, I know how he is, I know who he is.
Yeah.
But I just didn't think that, you know, it was gonna really happen the way it happened.
Yeah.
So we did the commercial. I get an inbox, literally, like, of course I got inboxed by the Lakers. I still have the DMs to prove that.
Yeah.
I can send you the credentials of that, all that, trust me. But after getting inboxed by the Lakers and stuff like that, this stuff was cool, but, you know, we got trees and stuff like that, But after getting that inbox, you know, I was like, yeah, y'all can promote me, you know, you can do the promo, woo, put me on there. So I get an inbox by this guy. I forget his full Instagram name, but I know his name is Levi.
Okay.
So shout out to Levi.
Shout out
He's
Levi.
the one who painted my mural in Burbank, California. It's on Tony's Market. If you're wondering, all you gotta do is go on Google, search. If you ain't been in California, if you are in California, go to Burbank, go to Tony's Market, and you'll see me on the side of the wall. He reached out to me and asked basically like, is it okay if I paint a mural of you? And I was like, that's fine. So I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But around the same time, you gotta think, when my mural got painted down here in New Ken, that was 2021 when it got established.
Was that that was after the dunk? That was after the dunk contest.
Yeah,
because you're holding the trophy in that.
Yeah,
shit.
that was
Okay.
2016.
Okay.
So you gotta think,
okay.
2016 when I went out here in New Ken, years later they painted the mural of me in 2021.
Yeah.
And it wasn't my idea. I was voted actually by, you know, the mayor, the city, because I guess the city reached out to the people had to vote who they wanted on the mural. I had enough votes, so they put me on the mural.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that's how that came about.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. Like my mom called me like, hey, they painted you on the wall. I was in California at the time. I had no idea that I was painted on the wall. I didn't even know I was going to be a part of New Ken's history.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that. And I thank my city for that. I appreciate the love.
Yeah, that's major.
You know, when it comes to the mural in LA, I didn't think it was going to happen. But you want to know a fun fact? Around the same time that my mural got established in LA, it was the same time my mural got established out here in New Ken. So both of my murals got painted around the same time in the same year.
That's hard.
So it's different, like, you know.
That's hard.
It's very different. So, you know, just being able to be a part of the NBA, co-working with the NBA, getting paid from that gig, being in the commercial. You know, I'm a Knicks fan, but still shout out to the Lakers.
Nice.
You know, it was dope. It was dope.
So, you know, you're tapped in with the NBA. You ain't, nigga, you 6'7". Nigga, you better go get on the practice squad.
Trust me,
you
man.
ain't think about like hitting them up and be like, I'm sure like if they reached out to you and you did a commercial, then they're seeing your stuff.
Of course.
So like, you could have just been like, yo, let me get like a little tryout. Cause you nice, you ain't just nice at dunking, bro. Like I said, I've been around, bro.
Yeah.
Like I seen you play basketball. Like you could shoot, drive, pass, all that shit. So like you ain't ever just thought like, let me just take a chance to just try to get on the Knicks practice squad or LA or, you know, Philly, anywhere.
The thing is, like I've even had, you know, ideas that I've talked about with my family about going overseas, you know, doing certain things.
Too. Overseas is a good one too.
But I just fell in love with dunking. I love the art behind it.
Hold on,
I love being able to inspire.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's go this way. I thought they was coming down.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Yeah, I thought they were.
But I fell in love with the art of dunking, bro. Like, basketball is fun, but there's so many other talented athletes. There's so many young kids trying to grow in that sport. There's so many people around the real that are able to hoop. Even if you're not good, you can eventually get good.
Yeah.
But dunking was something that I wanted to bring not only to the city of Pittsburgh, but to my city of New Kensington, because it's something new. It's something we don't have.
Yep.
And I feel like it's something that needs to be appreciated. And when I found that there was a whole community, and then I found out there's a community that's also behind me when it comes to the dunking.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you know what? Sky got his own thing. You know, we got BB Flannery, we got Tony Clemens, we got so many legends.
That's why you think I started this, to
give
everybody their flowers.
Hey, we don't have too many podcasts, you know, so he's starting something that's different. So later on in the future, when you youngins is trying to do this is something y'all could do too.
Facts.
Everybody's finding their wave. I figured out that, damn, my wave is the dunking.
Yeah.
Like, this could be what I could use this as a tool to inspire, because I felt like my purpose on this earth, bro, was just to inspire so many people.
Right.
And I didn't know how, and I didn't know what I was gonna do to do it, but I figured it out. You know, and I realized, like I said, everybody got their own wave. So I'm like, you know what, my wave is gonna be the dunking, and this is what I'm gonna stick to.
Right.
I make good money. I'm able to travel. I'm able to see a lot in the world. Shit, I've been to 48 states in America because of dunking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been invited overseas. I've been invited to Venezuela. Shit like that. So it's like, it's a lot of things that people don't know, but I don't put all my credentials out there. I don't share a lot. I like to just move in silence and just show progress.
Because I ain't know a lot. I ain't know a lot of that shit.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up though, bro. Like I said, just being around like when we used to sit down in the jets and then just in your room listening to music
listening
and
to
stuff.
music, having conversations.
Right.
I remember
now
the days.
just seeing you like you said, bro, you're traveling. I see you doing the dunk stuff still. Like you're getting higher as you go. Like, bro, that shit's crazy. That's why I wanted to get you on here. Like, feel me, for sure. You're a pioneer, and you're in your lane. Facts. Pioneer,
that,
and
man.
I know there's a lot of kids in New Ken that, you know, probably look up to you because of that. And, you know, anybody that wants to get into dunking, this is the dude to talk to.
Hey.
All hell Slinkz, for sure.
You want to jump high, get your vertical up. I got all the science behind everything, got the workouts for you. We got the right nutrition, everything. I can, all the way down to the proteins, the creatines, anything you need, we gonna break it down for you, for surely.
Facts.
Keep track of your numbers. We gonna write everything down, give you a planner so that you can write your goals down. That's another thing that I wanna also say. You kids nowadays, y'all got to learn to not just think about your goals or to just speak your goals out loud, but sometimes you might have goals and you can't remember.
You're good, it's a green light, you good.
Write your goals down, please. It's important so that every night, when you going out there and you working as hard as you can, you doing what you're supposed to do, that you are able to look back at your goal and understand, okay, did I do it today? No, I didn't. Keep working towards it. Once you complete it,
I want to get the mural.
Bet. Once you do it, you complete it, make sure that you understand this. When it comes to goals, if you're not completing it in the moment and you're not doing it in the moment, it's okay. Once you complete it, you write that check off. Now you go to the next goal.
Facts.
Don't have 10 goals and try to do them all at once. Take your time, be prestigious, and execute the shit. It's that simple.
Hell Slinkz, bro.
It's crazy, bro. And I still got that same trophy, man, in my mama's house. You know, I let my mom keep all my stuff, all my dunk jerseys. You know, I sign them, I give them to my mom. My trophy, I done signed the bottom of it, gave it to my mom. Definitely dope, man.
And crazy thing about it is this is coming into New Ken.
Yeah.
So this is one of the first things that you see. This whole painting is one of the first things that you see whenever you come in New Ken. And I swear, every time I come here, I look at this thing as Slinkz. I be like, yo, that's really Slinkz up there.
It's crazy. I got dreads now, like I don't even got short hair no more, but it's dope to see, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I never in my life thought that, you know, dunking would get me a mural, especially a mural in LA. That's
major. You know, you ain't even from LA, like that's what I mean. So you said the guy, what's his name, Levi?
Yeah.
He painted that for you. How did that even come about? He just seen you dunking and like, you know, wanted to get you out there, like, you know, cause I could be out there running routes. Nobody's just gonna come up to me and be like, yo, I'm about to paint a mural of you. Like, you had to been doing some crazy ass shit, or you must have been consistently out there. Like, how did that even, like, I'm baffled.
Like, it's just the connections I made in LA. Like, once I got to LA, you know, I understood that it was a dog-eat-dog world out there. You know? Nobody's giving you handouts. Nobody's trying to help you. They don't care if you're broke, you're rich, whatever. Like, I came out there with the mentality that I don't care if you're from LA. I'm going to outdo you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if you're better than me. I'm going to outdo you. I'm going to work harder than you. I'm going to prove that I deserve to be in this position the same way you guys do. So when I got out there, man, I was working with the hoop bus. You know, and if you guys don't know what the hoop bus is, it's basically the school bus that y'all guys see probably going by.
I seen that.
With the basketball hoops on it.
Yeah. Okay.
I was out there in Watts, California. I was in the hood. They had me in the hoods, but we were doing charity events for the kids, and I was doing dunk shows, and I was just going crazy. Like, I don't know what came over me, but I get very excited when people watch me dunk. I don't get nervous. I don't get stage fright. I just like to dunk in front of people. Yeah. So, you know, I was out there doing my thing with that. And like I said, shout out to Ballers Anonymous, my sponsor. They was getting me in a lot of events too. And then not only that, I was plugging myself in. So I had the content, I had the credentials. I put the work in, and it was enough for people to realize, like, okay, we see he's doing something, but it's not just him doing something. We see something else in him. Yeah. So it was a lot of people that was in the commercials. It's a lot of people who deserve to get a mural, but for some reason they seen something in me and just decided, hey, we want to paint him. We like his face. We like, you know, and the crazy thing is they gave me a lot of cameo. If you watch the Lakers commercial, you're going to see me about 3 to 4 times in the commercial.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, so you was front and center in the,
like,
commercial.
Yeah.
That's hard, bro.
I was the one who ended the video. Like, as soon as the video ends, I'm like literally the last person to talk.
That's hard.
So
damn, bro, this nigga really a superstar now. That shit's
like,
bro, I swear to God, me and Ian was talking, because when I did the interview with Ian, he brought you up and stuff like that, because, you know, he was my freshman coach.
Yeah, he was my coach. He was the assistant coach.
Right.
Was there too.
Ian was my coach all the way up from my freshman year to my senior year. Now, obviously after that, I don't know when he ended up like retiring or whatever, but he brought you up and was just saying like, bro, even said like, vouch for your story, and was just like, man, he got a good ass story from like I said, from when we was trying to throw you oops to now niggas is doing behind the bag dunks, between the leg. He jumped over 2 people. Like, he was trying to teach me how to dunk when I was in high school. Like, that shit, we was in the YMCA, literally just throwing oops, till we was tired. Niggas was in there till they closed.
Literally.
Like,
you know?
So, man, that shit is just crazy to see. Like, just all the accomplishments, all the stuff that you've been doing. Like, I always think back to, I remember when we were sitting in this man's room, just, that's all you used to talk about was dunking and getting out of new cat.
Literally, like, that's all, like, we'd be in there chilling, talking about dunking all day. And I know they probably got tired of me, like, why is he so passionate about dunking? Like, you're not even talking about the NBA. You're not talking about college. Like, you're so focused on, because I don't know what it was, but I found something in dunking. It was something that made me, like, it made me come alive. It made me passionate. I was just like, you know what? I got to do something with this.
Yeah.
So when you go to look up videos on YouTube and stuff like that, and remember, we was in my room watching the YouTube videos, and I was telling y'all, like, I'm gonna be out there dunking with them dudes. I'm gonna be out there in LA with them dudes.
Nah, you literally manifested that shit.
Like, real life
literally manifested that shit.
Like, everybody I was watching on the internet, I ended up becoming friends with, working with, making money with, got connections with. It's like, bro, the sky's the limit, man. Like, real shit. Shout out to Sky more, because I love saying Sky. But shout out to Sky more, bro, because he's living proof as well, man.
Yeah,
you gotta give him.
Sky's one of them people.
He's one of the ones.
You could vouch, bro. Niggas seen him come from Arken all the way up, but I feel like Sky is one of them people that you just knew. Like, he's always been one of them athletes, like, you just knew he was gonna do something.
I've been watching Sky. You know, I wasn't really watching him that much in his younger days. I started paying attention to Sky when he was at Shady Side.
Yeah.
And I watched when
he
they
broke
played
records at Shady Side,
right,
bro.
when they was playing. Remember, they was playing against Valley, you guys. I ain't gonna lie, he was shitting on y'all though.
I didn't play.
I know, but
he didn't. And my senior year, we didn't even get to play. I didn't even get to play against.
Hey, Sky was
bro. Sky was shitting.
He was shitting on Valley, but the thing was, like, I started really getting more in tune when he went to Western Michigan.
Yeah.
And I was just watching him so much, and I was just following his journey, and I was so happy for him. Like, damn, you're D1, you're really. And you know, he did his thing against Pitt. All that was going viral.
I was at
ESPN.
that Pitt game. He was going crazy.
Bro, he was going nuts. So I seen a whole different, like, energy in bro.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you a story that I don't never tell nobody, and I don't want no credit for this or nothing, but I'm gonna mention this as like, and Scott, quote me if I'm wrong, if I ain't telling the story right, but I remember it the way I know I can remember it. I remember that when I was with Sky, he was in the barbershop getting a haircut. You know, down at
Urban Image.
Yep, Urban Image. And when he was getting a haircut and shit like that, I came up to him while he was getting his haircut. I dapped him up. And we was having like a brief conversation, just short, quick conversation. But I told him, I said, hey, you're gonna make it. Like, you're gonna go to the league. Like, it's your time. You're gonna really, you know, we was just really having that conversation.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like literally a year later, I'm in Vegas. You remember the giraffe was in Vegas.
Yeah.
His mom was out there and stuff. I reached out to her and stuff like that to meet up with her out in Vegas to say hello and talk with her. But man, I was in the casino on the slot machines in Vegas in the Cosmopolitan. And I go to look at the TV and I see Sky's name pop up, and I see he got drafted. And ever since then, bro, like just seeing that and watching that, it was a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna lie, I cried. I cried for
Yeah,
him.
I cried a little bit.
Genuinely
just because
happy.
like just seeing somebody that you watched grow, like Ken, middle school, high school, college.
Yeah,
Swear.
so his story is very legendary,
Yeah.
the way he made it, especially going to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, winning 2 rings,
Yo.
and being the first rookie to ever score in the Super Bowl. Like, he's solidified. Like,
Yes.
you
You
know-
know, a lot of history.
you know, I don't care. Like, we understand as athletes, it comes with a lot of hate, it comes with a lot of love, but y'all gotta really show the young man more love than, you know, ever.
What y'all do?
Because like
honestly,
he's literally written proof. I'm written proof. Like, there's a lot of people out here, bro. We are literally trying to do what we can to inspire the younger generation, so that we can have more stories like this, more interviews like
or
this.
interviews,
You know?
especially other kids that's coming up from New Ken. Like, it would be nice to, feel me, get a kid that's from New Ken that goes through Valley, that gets an offer. Like, yeah, Sky's from New Ken, but he also went to Shady Side.
Yeah.
He didn't go through Valley.
Yeah.
Tony Clemens was really the last person to come through Valley to go to the league. Obviously, we have our athletes, DeAndre, we got Tice. Who else was some? Eugene.
Darius breaking the track record.
Darius broke a track record. Like, we got athletes. It's just,
you know,
I feel like one thing I could really say is when you're here, it's like hard to get out.
It really is
hard because you get so comfortable, and obviously that goes for a lot of other hoods. Like, it ain't just New Ken, because there's everybody's doing the same shit. They're just in a different time zone or in a different area.
Of
you
course,
feel me? Everybody went through the same shit, if not close to the same stuff. So it's like, I don't know. You come back, even sometimes for me coming back on a weekend, I don't be wanting to leave, but then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be here stuck if I don't leave. So you gotta kind of like show your face and then get out.
I love being in and out of New Ken. Sometimes I love staying for a year or two, come back, like, cause you know, I barely see my mom, I barely see my family. Like,
facts.
I just rekindled my relationship with my family, like, cause I've been gone for so long, traveling, moving around. And, you know, I've been having a hell of a year in 2026, traveling, going different places. But you know, the main thing is just like when I come back home, it's like a refresh moment. It's like you get a reset.
Yeah.
You get to, like, all the work you put in, all that stuff that's going on in your life. When you come home, it's like your downtime. You get to
just chill for a little
all right, family, friends.
Facts.
It makes you realize, but I love coming back to New Ken because it makes me realize where I started.
Yeah.
It makes me realize all the hard accomplishments, you know, even just simply walking down 5th Avenue, 4th Avenue, the YMCA, like, even just looking at the Y, it's like, it reminds me of them days where I was grinding, bro, and I didn't have nothing. I wasn't even able to afford wearing stuff like this.
That's what I'm saying. I said, this nigga's Fendi'd out.
Like,
and then, so you went to Hawaii. You went to Fendi, and they gave you a signed football, right? They gave you the
Oh, no, that was Burberry.
Okay, see what I'm saying?
Burberry. But that was actually out here in Pittsburgh. They gave me a signed NFL alumni football during the draft.
So, why? Like, they did.
Well, you know, you spend money, they treat you differently, of course, but I have such a strong connection with Burberry, and anybody who knows me knows that's my favorite designer. I'll wear Burberry over Louis Vuitton, Fendi, anything. I love me some Burberry. But, you know, shout out to my sister, her friend Taylor, who, you know, I forget what she goes to her for. I want to say hair or nails, one of those two. But she has the connection with her. She tied me in. I spend money in there. They give me new releases of Burberry. I get text messages literally like every month. Like, oh, we got this. Like, they was trying to sell me a $4,000 bomber jacket that was in the New York Fashion Week. And it was one of a kind. They only made a select few, but it would have been, I think, 1 out of 5 or 10 I could have had. You know, she was bribing me, but I was like, I don't need to spend the $4K.
Right.
I got to put that $4,000 towards something else.
Right.
But shout out to Burberry. They gave me the football as a gift for just showing them so much love and coming in and shopping with them. But now, what I do want to do, I want to do a giveaway. I was going to sell the football, but I want to actually do a giveaway. You know, I want to give back to the kids in New Ken. So what I am going to do is, it has Super Bowl champion signed on it, a lot of Hall of Famers, stuff like that. So I want to be able to give it to a kid who enjoys playing football and be able to, you know,
And somebody that's gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
Don't be outside playing with no fucking football that's signed by Hall of Famers and shit.
Right.
Bro. Put that shit up somewhere.
Frame it, keep it.
Right.
You know, stare at it every day. Use it as motivation to get to the league, whatever.
Yeah.
It can be like their little good luck charm. So
Facts.
I don't play football. I'm not saying I don't care about the football, but I feel like somebody else deserves it more than myself.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I'll take a Knicks basketball. You know, shout out to my Knicks. We just won a
They
championship.
just won a championship. Why didn't you go to New York? It was cracking up there.
We went to Utah.
Oh shit.
Had to go to Utah for the dunk camp, and then we had to go to Orlando right after.
Oh damn, you be really traveling.
Yeah.
Like, you be really traveling.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't know all that.
I've been everywhere this year.
It's like-
A lot of places.
It's like-
Real shit, bro. We're moving around, brother. Moving around.
That's what's up, bro. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man.
Facts.
Thank you.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a journey, brother. You know, I've had my moments I wanted to quit, give up, especially when you're dealing with injuries. You don't know if you're going to come back or be the same. It mentally messes with you. But I'll tell you this. Anytime you go through an injury, remember, pain is nothing but weakness leaving the body. If something is weak in your body, guess what we do? We strengthen it. Mental strength is first, though. This has to be taken care of to be able to take care of the rest of this.
Facts. So speaking of like mental, how do you deal with like stress and shit like that? Like how do you go about dealing with just mental health and stuff? That's a question that I ask all my guests.
Personally, that's a great question. I ain't gonna lie.
Gotta ask that.
You know, personally, I'll say this. You can ignore it. You can turn to drugs. You can turn to alcohol. You can do a lot of different things, you know, when it comes to that. But that's not the way to go. How you deal with mental stress, you have to address it. You have to address the issue. You have to understand what's wrong within yourself or what's wrong with something that's going on in your life. Because anything that's wrong, if there's nothing wrong, well, clearly we all have something wrong with ourselves, in ourselves. We all have things to work on.
Yeah.
But if there's things going on also outside of yourself, you have to understand that it's your choice to deal with it. Whether it's relationships, friendships, whatever, even when it comes to business, jobs, whatever you're dealing with, it's a choice. You woke up, you choose to go through that. I had to realize that I have choice.
Yeah.
How I deal with my mental stress, it's a choice. It's not something I'm born with. It's not a disease. It's just something that, you know, it's a burden that we choose to deal with.
Yeah.
Once you realize that, you know, you have the choice to change your situation or continue to go through it, it starts to get better because every day you start to work on making better choices to be able to not put yourself in the choices that keep you down. And I'm not okay with being down. You know, I'm not okay with being broke. I'm not okay with being down. I'm not okay with, you know, anything that's going to keep me at this level. I like to vibrate very, very high.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
and I feel like God installed that in all of us. You have to open your mind. You have to become greater. It's like the butterfly effect. You're in a cocoon, right? You're suppressed in this cocoon. That's you holding yourself back. That's you dealing with all your trauma, your stress, your depression, everything.
Yeah.
But when you hatch out of the cocoon, what happens, right? You go from being this little ugly little worm creature to this beautiful thing that's able to fly
Spread
and touch
your wings.
limits.
Yeah.
You went from crawling on the ground to being able to fly in the sky.
Right.
It's the butterfly effect. That's really how life is. It's like you go from being just hindered in this little ass cocoon to being able to grow. It hatches and you find your niche and you grow and then you become this beautiful motherfucking creature that just be able to spread around the room.
Nigga.
You feel me? Yeah. Literally, because you gotta think, butterflies, once they hatch from the cocoon, they ain't just flying around New Kent. You can fly from here to Russia, whatever. You are moving, you're growing, you're going. Like, that's life. That's how it is.
You might have started in New Kent.
Yeah, but you
your ass is in Cali, Las Vegas, Utah, Orlando. You feel me?
Everywhere.
Hey, yeah.
Everywhere, you know? So and that's just how it goes. So
shit, that's pretty much it. If you got anything that you want to touch on, obviously you can speak on it.
Like I said, 28 North, you watching the podcast. If you ain't tuning in the podcast, you need to tune in more. We got a lot of legends on this podcast. Shout out to my boy Nigel, man. He's doing a great thing. And you kids too. I want to see him interviewing kids too. I would love to see him with interviews.
Oh yeah. We got some mic'd up coming with the Arcan, with the organization and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm gonna be out here a lot more doing mic ups. I just shot some with Ian Benson. That was the last event. Definitely got to get some more kids on here. I'm trying to put together some like a punt passing kit.
No, the only reason why I say that is because it'd be cool to see you interview some kids now, and then you do a later, like
type shit.
You know,
gotta find the right kids.
It gotta age well.
Yeah,
like
type shit,
like some fine wine. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, you aging like fine wine. Okay, he interviewed him when he was a kid. Now this boy grown in D1 or in the NFL.
Right.
And shout out to my sister, you know what I'm saying, for being in my corner. Shout out to my sister for believing in me. Shout out to my sister for having my back when nobody did. She's a great sister. And shout out to my mother, April Wilson, because if it wasn't for her, I would not be here.
That's real.
April is one of the greatest mothers in New Ken. Give my mom her flowers, give my sister her flowers. She's a nurse. My sister's a nurse. My sister got bachelor degrees, graduated from IUP. She's doing that.
She did go to IUP. She was up there when I was.
Come on. And shout out to my mother because she raised 2 well children. We turned out fine, you know. Shout out to your mother for raising you.
Yeah, shout out to Megan.
You know. So that's just all I really got to say. And also for you kids, whatever you're trying to do in life, ignore the noise, ignore the hate, keep going. Because guess what? They're not going to believe in you when you're doing it, but they're going to believe in you when you've done it. Always remember that.
And shout out to our camera lady too. You got
yeah. We gotta get back to that. Before I go, shout out to our Ken. Shout out to Scott Moore though for taking them kids up to Zone 28. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole organization of our Ken because I did grow up playing our Ken. 05 Hawks, we won the championship. We beat Gasuda. You know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. We put belt to ass to them. But no, shout out to our Ken for surely. Shout out to Goosey Goose Pryor. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the whole New Kensington, man. And shout out to the mayor. Shout out to just everything that has to do with New Ken. You from New Ken, I love you. Even if you don't love me, I still love you. It's all love. A lot more.
All right, it's 28 North, man. We here with all hell Slinkz.
Yes, sir.
Feel me? Good little day, man. Good little day. All right, man. We out of here.